guys, welcome to another day of V.E.D.A. So I wanted to tell you guys a funny story because humor can be a very powerful tool in healing the mind, body, and soul. So the funny story that I picked today actually happened really recently. So when I was going to the preparatory program at the college, I would always see the same guy at my bus stop. And then I'd see him around the school. There was one day where he ended up talking to me a little bit at school. It lasted maybe like 20 seconds, not even. So I had seen him start walking to the bus stop. And I'm not in the mood to talk. I know this guy is kind of crushing on me a little bit. It's very obvious. And I was just thinking, like, I don't want to talk to this guy, you know, like, and I'm sure he's a really nice guy, but I'm married. I continued to be very polite and very nice, and I took out my earbuds, and he shook my hand, and we were talking about my program. So then we get on the bus, and I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna go sit at the back of the bus like he usually does. I'm gonna sit at the front of the bus like I usually do. This will all be fine. So I put my earbuds back in. So then I get onto the bus, and on this particular bus, the seats were individual, and so you could put up an individual seat if you needed the space. So when I got onto the bus, I saw there was one seat that had been lifted up, which gave a nice gap. So I was like, I'm gonna sit on this seat so that he can't sit beside me. Well, that did not work very well, because then he just sat in the seat beside the space. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, are you serious, dude? Go away. I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm not in the mood. So I pull out my earbuds, and he starts chatting me up. He ends up asking how old I was. I have no problem mentioning my age. So I was like, oh, I'm 30 years old. And he just kind of looks at me, and he's like, really? He's like, you're really 30? And I was like, yeah. And he's just like, oh, I thought you were like 20. He's like, you look like you're 20 years old. And that's when I started to blush, and I was like, well, thank you. And it genuinely made me feel really good. And we continued talking, and he says, so have you ever thought about apprenticeship and etc, etc? And I'm saying, like, well, you know, I kind of thought about woodworking a little bit because it's very interesting to me. And this is the kicker, my friends. I said, but that's more of my husband's thing. The look on his face, you guys, it was hilarious. He just got really, really quiet, and he didn't really know what to say. I think I totally just like aloofed him. So then a couple seconds later, he's like, wait, did you say husband? And I'm like dying inside because I'm trying so hard not to laugh out loud, because I don't want to be rude, but it was just, his reaction was priceless. And so I'm just like, yep. I was like, I'm married. I was like, I've been married for over 10 years now. He just kind of looks at me again, and then his face again was like hilarious. He was dumbfounded. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And then that was the end. That was the end of our conversation. He kind of turns his body away from mine, opens up his book, and he just starts reading. And so I'm just like, okay, like, are we done talking? Just because I told you I was married. And I just thought it was hilarious. So then I put my earbuds back in, and I'm thinking, okay, he's probably gonna talk to me when we get off the bus and we get to the other bus. But there's actually two buses that go down to school, and so people will catch either one. So we get to downtown, I transfer buses. He ends up going on to a different bus that he doesn't usually go on to. I end up seeing him walking to school the same time I'm walking to school. And instead of walking to school beside me like he would usually try to do, he just like booked it to school. I was like, what? I was like, this is hilarious. I laughed all day about it. It just made me feel so good to know that, you know, I still got it, and that he thinks I look like I'm 20. Now, I don't know if he was saying that just to flirt or if he actually meant it, but I'm going to say it's a little bit of both. You know, I haven't seen him since, and I'm pretty sure the next time I see him, he's not going to talk to me. And you know what? That's totally fine. He seemed very nice, especially when he shook my hand and introduced himself. But I'm happily married, and I am not interested in him at all, and I just kind of thought I would let him down gently. So I hope you guys enjoyed listening to that story as much as I enjoyed retelling that story, because it just makes me feel really good. Don't forget to be kind to yourself, stay positive, and peace out. See you guys tomorrow.